I first got into the game kind of from watching golf. My dad doesn't play, my mom doesn't play, so my dad watched golf and I was like 3 or 4 years old and I kind of took an interest to it, and they bought me a set of clubs. We started going to the driving range. Eventually that turned into me going to the local muni and playing some golf there, and that turned into us joining a country club, and by the time I reached that point, I was completely hooked. When I was young, like in middle school and even before then in elementary school, I kind of always played other sports. It gave me that break where I was able to go put the golf clubs away, play basketball, or go play baseball in the spring when it's still a little too cold to play golf. You know, as I grew older, I was envious of everyone who lived down south in Florida, but it also kind of gave me a little chip on my shoulder where I felt like I was at a disadvantage, but I just kind of had to outwork that and outwork the other kids and, you know, do what I could in the wintertime, you know, whether that's hitting balls indoors or, you know, even making a trip down south every once in a while to get sharp. So I felt like it was a fun challenge. I kind of figured out that I wanted to play college golf right at the beginning of high school. I had a couple other teammates that were interested in it and kind of pushed me, and I really enjoyed golf a little bit more than some of the other sports I was playing, and felt like I had the best chance at playing college golf, so I just decided to go chase it. You know, I was looking at a lot of other schools at the time. I think JMU was one of the better golf teams that I was looking at, and at the same time, they had a great academic program for me with the quantitative finance program. So I ended up just deciding it was the best match for me, and it's probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. Yeah, when I was looking at Ohio State, I was looking at a bunch of different schools, and Ohio State had one of the best golf programs, and at the time I wanted to kind of discern if I was meant to go play professional golf or go and hang up the sticks and go into the professional world. And I knew that going to the strongest team would kind of weed me out. If I couldn't make the lineup at Ohio State, I knew that I probably shouldn't be turning pro to play golf. I should look elsewhere for my after college decision. And ended up going to Ohio State and playing some pretty solid golf. That first tee shot, it was less nerves, it's more emotional. There's a lot of people that supported me throughout the years and helped me get to that moment, and I think there's a realization of a lot of hard work and also a realization of a childhood dream to go play in the Masters, and hitting that tee shot with one of my best friends by my side and with all my family there supporting me. It was a really, really special moment that I'm gonna cherish forever, despite the fact that the tee shot almost went out of bounds right. We still made par, but it was a good way to start the tournament. I learned a lot from that experience at Augusta, and my game had gotten better. I was able to play a complete tournament. I think at Augusta I played a really good 36 holes to make the cut, and the weekend I didn't play as strong, but at Pinehurst I felt like I played a complete tournament, and you know, I think I finished 26th or something like that. I felt like that was a really, really strong finish for my first U.S. Open, and look forward to hopefully being back there soon, because that stage is pretty unbelievable. The build out that they do for U.S. Open's really impressive. Just how much more travel there is. You know, we're on the road for weeks at a time. You know, in college golf, you're away for 5 days, you're back for a week and a half, and then you leave again. Professional golf, it's get on the road and you go to this city for 7 days, you go to your next city for 7 days, and you repeat that 5 weeks in a row. You gotta do a lot more to take care of your body and your mind and stay sane. Q school is really tough. You're playing for your job and your career. I was lucky this year that I had a little bit of a backstop. At Q school, I knew I was gonna have some status on the Korn Ferry Tour regardless, but playing Q school this past year for the Canadian Tour, I was super nervous. I had no status. I ended up getting into like a 8-for-1 playoff or 9-for-1 playoff. Those 2 playoff holes are so nerve-wracking because you're playing for a job all summer. It's tough if you don't have that. You're out on the mini tours and really grinding it out, and it gets pretty sweaty when you're on those mini tours. Yeah, I mean, while I'm down here, I'd just like to kind of rest on my off days. Living down in Florida now, we get to go to the beach every once in a while, visit new restaurants in town. Every once in a while, go fishing. I'm excited to go do that a little bit more, having some access to water. It's gonna be fun. Yes, I am a Steelers fan. Yeah, big Steelers family. My dad raised us right. In Pittsburgh, on Sundays, a Steelers jersey is appropriate attire at church. So we embraced that. We had season tickets, went to a lot of games. Yeah, just a big diehard fan. It's been a good couple years and also a tough couple years at the same time, but really excited for the future of the team. We're looking really good, especially on the defensive side of the ball. What's your favorite restaurant here? In Pittsburgh. Oh gosh. I'm thinking too, am I gonna go gritty or am I gonna go like, I can. Probably gonna go to Big Jim's in Lower Greenfield, down the run, as they say. You can get a sandwich there that's as big as your head, and the food's really good. Portions are Pittsburgh sized. Had a lot of good meals there. It's a little hole in the wall spot, but it's probably one of my favorites.